Good evening. Hope that we're all well. Hope that we're all doing well. Happy weekend. Happy end of the weekend. Oh, here we are. Episode 12. Episode 12 of the Always Better Than Yesterday interview sessions. Thank you for catching up on replay. Drop a hashtag replay. Let me know that you're here. And I'm just going to send a few invites so that we can have a few people in the conversation and jump on and say hi. And if you're catching up on replay, please do feel free to skip the next 30 seconds to 1 minute while I get people to jump on and join us. How are we doing? How are we doing? I've got a little bit of a sunburnt face. We had an awesome day yesterday. There we go. Got some people jumping on. Hope that we're all well. Okay. Let's make sure we got the main person on. There we go. Send them an invite. Happy days. Brilliant. Drop me some comments. Let me know that this is working. Afro Dave, how are you doing, my friend? How are you doing? Great to see you, buddy. So here we are, episode 12 of the Always Better Than Yesterday interview sessions. If you've got any value from any of the previous 11, then please do share this stream with your family, friends, loved ones, and hopefully they'll benefit from the messages and the content from within here as well. I'd really appreciate that. And if you've got communities of your own and this fits the message that you're putting out, then please, by all means, do share this live stream. So, this, for those of you that have never joined an Always Better Than Yesterday interview session, this is all about me being curious. Me being curious and being interested in what motivates people and curious about people's mindset and their habits. So naturally I would be wanting to connect with people and ask these questions anyway. And I thought, why not share that with the world and let everybody else benefit from my learning? So that's effectively what this is. Started a few months back, and I've really enjoyed them as we've gone along. We've had some inspiring and incredible people, and tonight is no different. I'm just filling the time just to make sure that he actually joins, and then I'll give him a bit of an introduction. So we are good to go. I think he's on. So, tonight I am really, really excited to be speaking with my friend Luke Frazier. Luke and I crossed paths probably this time last year, 6 to 9 months ago maybe, and it's been awesome being connected. And a couple of weeks ago I was very fortunate enough to join Luke on his the Y blog, his podcast, and yeah, we had an awesome conversation, and he published that podcast earlier this week. So if you've not checked it out yet and you're interested in purpose, leadership, mindset, positivity, then head over and check out my podcast with him, and then check out the rest of the awesome people that he's shared the space with as well. Hugely inspiring, love what Luke's doing, and I'm really pleased to be able to share that with you, share him with you tonight. I won't say too much about him, I'll let him say that himself. So without further ado, I'm going to bring the good man on himself. Now, those of you that are watching difficulties, hopefully this won't work. This won't happen again tonight. Drum roll.
Yo.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Hello, my friend. Loud and clear. How are you?
I'm doing all right. It just started pouring here we're a little bit outside Austin, Texas here. And it's we're getting a little rain.
Does it feel fresh?
It does feel good. I don't think it hasn't rained for a little while, so it feels very nice. But I think we're expecting some people later tonight, so we'll see how it goes.
Amazing. Will you do me the honor of introducing yourself to the watchers and listeners?
Oh my gosh. Hello, everybody. I'm Luke Frazier. Oh man, I don't know. What do you want? I'm 24 years old. I live in Austin, Texas now, and I host a podcast, as Ryan mentioned, called the Y Blog, which coincides with our nonprofit called Depression to Extinction. And part of who I am involves this kind of human connection. Part of who I am is on this mission to change the way people connect with themselves, their emotions, and others. And whether that's through purpose, through conversation, through whatever medium, I just love human connection. I love hearing how people do what they do. So this is a cool space for me.
Amazing. So there's going to be plenty that we can talk about. Try and keep us on track, because I could talk to you all evening. So
yeah,
take me back to the start of your journey and your relationship with purpose.
yeah.
Where did that all start?
Well, so I was born in 1994. No, I'm just kidding. So where did that all start? I think in about 2012, was doing pretty well. Then at that point, I went through tough breakup. I was in college, sort of confused about where I was. And then I had to get, I tore my ACL. And so I had surgery and was kind of bedridden for about a month. During that time, someone mentioned to go watch TED Talks, and I stumbled upon Simon Sinek's Start With Why, which I know you are very connected with. And so that planted a seed back in 2012 for just like, wow, there's something here in this realm of purpose, in this realm of like, have a direction, have a why. And so that really hit home with me. A few years later, I decided that I was going to start this podcast, really under the premise of like, I actually went into my first interview not knowing whether it was going to be a podcast, a blog, or just me having a conversation with someone. I ended up recording it with my phone, the audio, and just sharing that conversation because it was so powerful. And I kind of found this love for public speaking, interviewing, just, again, human connection conversation. So it all kind of started there, and now it's melded into actually this nonprofit where we're coming from it at an angle of utilizing human connection, utilizing mindfulness, utilizing movement as forms of prevention and awareness around the stigma of depression and anxiety. So it's I kind of get to play both angles in a way through what I'm doing right now. But yeah, it's been fed by conversations like this. It's just been fed in sort of this curiosity of how we can connect better as humans, and how can we continue to serve each other in an authentic manner. And so that the more conversations I get, I'm privileged. And by the way, thank you for this conversation. The more conversations I can have like this, I feel like the more it's feeding that space.
So I love it. And it blows my mind to think that the fact that, on separate sides of the world, we've both watched this one video that's inspired us, and now our paths have crossed. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. And
I love it.
I guess you just talked there about authenticity. What does authenticity represent? What does it mean to you?
Oh my gosh. I was just doing some Instagram rants about this, and sorry for the thunder and lightning if you hear in the background. This is just part of nature out here. Authenticity. Well, here's the thing about authenticity for me. I spent a lot of my high school and my college career not being authentic, being very inauthentic to who I truly am. Like that why, that thing, whether it's a divine thing for you, whether it's a light, it's a universal, whatever it is. I spent a lot of my life just like being like, dude, I'm going to try to be like you, and I want to be like you, and I want to be like that, and I want to be like, and it was so, I've come to realize it's such a disservice to try to be somebody else and not to fill my own space. And so for me, like, to be authentic is to be like, you want to go try this new thing, or you want to start this new business, or you want to start a podcast or a blog, or heck, you just want to go on a run in the rain. Like, do the things that fuel you, do the things that really light you up and fill you up. And I'm coming more and more into that. I write poetry, for instance, and it's something I don't share at all. And I've been writing for, I don't know, like 6 years. And so one of the things for me within authenticity is like sharing my craft without any fear, like without any even intention other than like, I am sharing all of me. It's vulnerable. It's hard. It's scary.
With that?
I don't know. I've recently just had this fierce like desire to be more and more authentic, because when I'm in those spaces, when I just say like, hey, I'm afraid, I'm scared, but I'm going to share this anyway. Um, I find that like other people resonate with that more than me trying to like make something that someone's gonna do, like someone, like make something sellable. Like if I can just create for the sake of me and it's showing me all of me, then sharing that is like the best thing I can give to the world, because it's all I really have.
Love that. I love it. And yes, yeah, I love that. And you talked a little bit about looking around and trying to be like other people. What broke that? What broke that mindset?
Oh my gosh, I have 8 siblings. I'm number 3 of 9. Um, and
Wow.
again, grew up in that. It stems from some of that like childhood stuff of like trying to be like my siblings, right? Trying to prove to my dad or someone else that like I'm worth it. So I don't know. I think probably just over time. I don't know if there was like one moment that really strikes me of like it's breaking that cycle, but I think it's just gotten stronger and stronger over time. I would say one of the scariest things I ever did was create the whyblog.com and then share that. There wasn't even anything on it, but I was like, what are people going to think of me? So
Yeah.
to be honest, there's nothing really more to it than just doing it. Then the more that I was like, screw the fear, and maybe I had support from people like yourself who were like, yeah, dude, just go do you. And there are some big mentors and coaches in my life who allowed me that space. But a lot of it was like, they would say it, but it's just like, it's going to come down to the action. Yeah. Also, it's pouring now. Can you still hear me, or is it like muffled?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good.
All right, cool. Yeah, man, it's just like, look, surrounding myself with the right people. People who love me, people who want the best for me, people who are going to show me that I'm not like, who are going to give me that negative feedback that actually is just going to make me grow. And so I don't know. I've just been striving to connect with amazing people who are going to push me, not just people who are going to be like, you're doing the right thing when I'm not. Because if I'm screwing up, I want someone to tell me that. So yeah, environment, people, that has had a lot to do with my growth. And I also just think because of those people, me just like, because no one else is going to do it for me. Like I'm the one who's going to have to share it. I'm the one who's going to have to connect or reach out to someone. So I don't know, just owning that a little bit more, the success and the failure part of it.
Yeah. Amazing. So how many Y blogs have you done?
Oh, I should know this number. I know it's over 100, and maybe it may have only been 150.
Yeah, so it's more than 100, maybe more than 150. How do you feel about when you push the publish button now?
Oh, it's like second nature. I love it. Every Wednesday morning, it's like it's a little gift to me.
Yeah, and that just shows progress from day 1 to day 150. Week 150.
Yeah.
And let's go back a little bit then and pick up some of the Depression to Extinction non-profit.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what that represents to you.
Yeah. It's interesting because I started this nonprofit with my friend JJ, who I'm actually at his house in Austin right now. Is legitimately, it's just pouring right now, so I hope you can still hear me. But about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, we got reconnected because he and I were both in this space of personal development and coaching and growth. And he listened to one of my podcasts, and we just started talking. And what started as this sort of like desire to help other people turned into this really mission of like helping people realize that their story matters. Look, we're not out here to like just eliminate depression, even though the name is Depression to Extinction. For us, it's rather like bringing awareness and helping provide resources that can help prevent those deep, dark places. or provide a community that can help pull you out of it. And for me, it's like, it kind of goes back to the authenticity piece. Like, everybody has a story. You all have a story. I have a story. And for us to just be able to be in a space of promoting and honoring that is the best thing, the best gift we can give back to the world, in service of something greater than us. And I think, you know, that's really where we're coming from. And this whole idea and premise to change the way we communicate with ourselves and our emotions, and then in turn be able to communicate differently with others. When we're sad, hey, I'm feeling sad today. You know, instead of when someone asks you how you're doing, you don't just say you're good. You tell them how you're actually doing, because that's a vulnerable, authentic place that no one wants to go and no one knows how to deal with. But yet, if we can embrace that space, so much beauty, so much growth, so much love and happiness and joy can come from that space too. So again, for
So
me,
what
it always
advice would
comes
you
back.
give someone to? Sorry, mate. So what advice do you give to those wanting to take that first step into vulnerability?
Yeah. I guess other than like the cliche, go do it. Because really, like, that is the advice, is like, just go do it. And then more practically, well, how do I do it? Well, whatever that thing is, maybe it's poetry, maybe it's, you know, starting a business, maybe it's going to school, maybe it's asking someone out on a date. Like, do it in baby steps. Start with someone you're a little bit more comfortable with, like, if that's a thing. Or slow down, and this is something I need to practice, and this is perfect, right? Slow down, take a few deep breaths, take all the BS out of your head, because there's a lot of fear. It's like, I've got fear all the time. People just being like, hey, other people's fear too, which is like, it's unreal that we take someone else's fear on. But trying to just get centered, get present, breathe, and then go. Like, take action, because action's the only thing that's gonna breed anything that we want in life. It doesn't matter. And so, to me, it really is go do. Just, and maybe it's small. Just take little pieces out at a time, small bite-sized pieces. And to me, that's where, like, the best things start to happen.
That's amazing. Is there anything on your journey, you know, habits, mindset, that's really served you well to keep you moving forward?
That's a great question. Yeah, there's a few different things that definitely pop into, you know, my day to day, and I would say, like, on a bigger scale, my morning routine is like, you know, morning routine, or just my morning's really important. The first things I do when I wake up. For instance, today is Sunday. I let myself sleep in, and I woke up a little bit late. I went to bed a little bit late, and I didn't feel that great. And so one of the first things I did was journal, because it allows me just to get whatever I need to get out. I don't know, it could just be gibberish, but it just allows me to dump, or get some clarity on some things that are going through my life. So journaling's a positive in my life, and I'm pretty good at doing it daily. Meditating has been key for me recently. Again, just slowing things down, whether it's in the morning or it's in the middle of the day. It could be 5 minutes, it could be an hour, but anywhere, just like to stop, slow down. That one's really big. And then actually, reading has been big for me. And on a spiritual aspect, I haven't ever. I come from a religious background for the most part. I'm very open, I would say, spiritually. I'd like to think that. But reading the Bible has actually been a big one for me recently. That's like been like, I can really, you know, dive into some of this stuff, and it's a peaceful space. So those three things, are pretty big in my life. And movement, movement's big too. I'm an avid runner, and I work out a lot, and I gotta moving, like, first thing in the morning. It literally, like, kickstarts my body. So
Yeah,
absolutely.
I love that. You need to connect with the chap who's going to come on in a couple of weeks' time. His name's Zachariah Thompson. He's part of the community. and
Guess
everything
what?
Yeah.
We recorded a podcast 3 days ago.
Yes, amazing. Love that.
So Zach's
Love
coming
that.
out next week.
Yes, I can't wait. I'll look forward to listening to that. Because I just hearing you talk then, I was like,
Yeah,
you guys need to talk because very, like-minded and but
Yeah.
amazing. That's great to hear. Great to hear.
Yeah, I'm excited to share that one. Yeah, we dive in a lot to movement, spirituality, and just actually like letting that aspect of letting go and being super authentic to yourself. So very similar to this conversation, and Zach goes super deep and has an amazing story. So I'm excited to share that one with y'all.
Amazing. So your morning routine, is there anything else that's really habits and mindset that serves you well?
I have this. There's a. It's funny. There's a reminder in my phone every single day that says, it's like have one genuine connection. And actually, JJ and I kind of started that back in our coaching days. It was like instead of having like a sales goal, we were like, let's just have one genuine connection a day. And so but it's stuck. And so it's for me, it's been kind of like this calming place that like if I'm like frantic and like I'm like I gotta get my work done and I'm in the coffee shop and I got headphones in, I'm like, dude, there's literally 30 people around me right now. Why not connect with one of them, right? And for me, coming from a spiritual place again, like I believe that like God shows up in every human out there, and it's such a blessing for me to like be sitting at a coffee shop all frantic, and then I take my headphones off and just strike up a conversation with the guy next to me or the woman next to me, and I find out some amazing story, or like they just help me get centered, or like so talking to people, like actively seeking out a genuine connection, and really like not choosing it, because sometimes I'll be like, oh, that's the person I want to connect with, but like just allowing it to show up and allowing me to show up. I mean, like take my control out of it. Just allow me to show up authentically and genuinely, and whoever I connect with, I should connect with today. So that one's big.
That's amazing. And I'm listening to you. I'm thinking, the listeners in the UK will be thinking the British culture of just speaking to the person to the left of you as the right of you. They might start thinking you're crazy, and they just think, actually, it's just so pure, isn't it? It's just so pure. It's having a genuine care and curiosity about those around you. And
absolutely.
I guess what does a genuine connection kind of look like, feel like to you?
I have this like curse in a way of not having a surface level conversation anymore. Like like on some level, I'm just gonna go deep with someone, whether it be spiritually, whether it be mentally, physically. Like I don't know why. I enjoy that. Like I don't want to. Football's cool, but like I want to know about you, and so a genuine connection. I don't know, like I get to hear something that they would never share with anyone. We in an instant build a level of trust, or over our conversation, we build a level of trust that maybe they've never felt with someone. Maybe I just sit and listen to them for 5-10 minutes, and that's what they needed that day. Maybe they listen to me. I don't like there's no parameters, but it's not just a hey, hello. Like it's not just a hey, I like your shoes. It's like we actually sit down and have a conversation with a stranger.
I love it, and it's making me reflect back to our conversation on the Y Blogs and the podcast. And you asked me, "What's my favorite question to ask?"
Yeah.
And do you remember my answer?
Oh my gosh. What did you say? I don't remember now. Oh, what is it? What do you truly love? Was that it?
Yeah. What do you love? Yeah, absolutely. And it's exactly what you just said. It's about not having surface level conversations.
Yeah.
Curiosity and connection with people. I love it.
Dude,
love it, mate.
Life is too short to talk shop. Like, let's go. Let's go right now.
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
And I think it's also coming from a place of vulnerability and authenticity again. We're like, I'm so like okay with who I am that I'll tell you if I'm sad. I'll tell you if I'm going through a hard time. And you know, no one likes to talk about pain. You know, no one likes to sit in pain and sadness. And for like, there's no reason for me. Like, the more that I sit in the negative, the worse it's gonna get for me. So the more I can really just deeply connect with someone, the more it can like elevate me out of it. You know, you said it in our podcast, right? Like, we lift ourselves up by lifting others. And to me, it's probably why I am so just drawn and have to constantly remind myself, go connect with someone, go connect with someone, go connect with someone.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So my coaching ethos is all about being better than yesterday. So being always better than yesterday. What does that phrase mean to you?
Yeah. I really love that. And I love it in the very micro sense of the phrase, because again, I think it kind of goes back to what we were chatting about earlier. It's you know, life doesn't progress in like these huge monumental ways that I used to think they did, right? Like, it'd be one day and I would something would happen and it completely changed my life. And I think that happens out there. But the true work, the true growth is these small steps. So for me, being always better than yesterday is not, because I get caught up in like, I'm not there yet. That guy has this, I'm not there yet. And I was sitting down, this actually happened last week. I was in that space and I sat down with a really amazing friend of mine and mentor in my life. His name is Ian Austin. And we were just talking. I'm like, dude, this is where I'm at. I feel like I haven't done anything and I don't know where to go next and blah, 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 blah. And we were like, whoa, let's take a step back and reevaluate, reassess, because guess what? I just ran a successful fundraiser party the day before where 60 people showed up. We had amazing, genuine connections. We even raised some money and we raised more awareness. Like, boom, there's another one. I woke up that morning. I'm alive today. And it's just like being able to reflect those little successes, because I've never been good at honoring my success, ever.
Yeah.
Even if it was like, I woke up today, I went on a run. You know, I'm always like, well, how could it have been better? And always better than yesterday for me is like, let me slow down, take some rest, recover, and let all the work I've done, you know, looking backward, all the work I've done, let it just sit with me, because it's been beautiful, because it's allowed me to be where I am now. It's allowed us to have this conversation. And that's what it is. It's these little bite-sized pieces, and it just is like slowly and slowly we get a little bit better.
Love it. So are there any practical ways in which you were always better than yesterday?
Again, you're talking to the guy who's very, I hate talking, I don't like success in a way that, like, you know, I can't dive into it. But are there any ways that I'm always better than yesterday? That's what you asked, right? You know, it's just that, like, the journaling's big, the meditating's big. Those are real space, like real spaces for me, where I can just.
What do they give you? What do those things give you?
It's peace, you know. I heard someone talk about like everyone's on this pursuit of happiness, and I love that. And yet, to me, I'd rather find peace. I'd rather much more live in a state of peace than like happiness. And because for me, peace, when I'm in peace, I'm able to hold the growth. I'm also able to hold the failures. But the failures to me are so important because I can acknowledge them, I can accept them, I can grow, I can learn from them, and then I can use them to help elevate me in whatever way that means. Like, if I'm not aware of my past, I guess there's no progression. And yeah, you know, meditation, journaling, like having real conversations with people. I have a core group of people in my life. I think that I can just have a real conversation and tell them exactly where I'm at, even if I don't want to say it. That those spaces allow me this like openness, this place of peace where I can just be like, this is who I am. I'm this broken guy, and I'm also this human, and it's all of me. There's no pieces that aren't me, and so I have nothing. I really shouldn't hide anything. Or I don't want to say the word should or shouldn't, but like I don't want to hide anything. I really don't. I want to be my most authentic, vulnerable self, which to me is being always better than yesterday.
My friend, I am loving this conversation. I really love it. And where can our listeners and followers find out more about you? Where can they check out your content?
Yeah, man. Thank you. I mean, you know, you can see my link here on Facebook. So whoever's watching, just swing over that link, and from there, you'll see our Depression to Extinction Facebook page, our website. The Y Blog has its own website. I'm on Instagram a lot. Trying to not be a lot, trying to take some rest, but like that's where a lot of the space is at Depression, the number 2 Extinction for that Instagram, at _Y_blog for that Instagram. Yeah, I mean, just, you know, any one of those, connect, subscribe. We would love to connect with anybody listening. I am all about human connection. If you're listening, just shoot me a message if you want to chat more. I love being pushed in like ideas and thoughts and new ways that it's like, hey, you said this thing and I didn't really believe that, or I don't understand that, or you know, you are completely wrong. I want to hear that, and I want to see how we can grow together, you know? So, dude, Afro's killing it already. He's already subscribing to everything.
Afro Dave. Yeah,
Afro Dave, man. You're the man. But yeah, thank you for that space. So you can, I mean, you know, if you connect with me here on Facebook, you can see everything that we're doing. So
amazing. And the one thing I'll say, because you're a relatively new member of our Always Better Than Yesterday community, and
I am, yeah.
And in the last sort of 9 months, we've had 30 people share their Why Wednesdays, which is effectively exactly what you're doing, just in a different way. You know, people sharing their stories.
Yeah.
And you know, and the power of someone sharing their story is that it does 2 things. One is that it inspires other people just because they are being themselves and sharing their story.
Right.
And the other thing it does is it allows that person to be inspiring.
Yeah.
You know, just by sharing the story, you're inspiring others and you are being inspiring. And I just think that's so amazing when you just share your own story. Like you say, it's the only one you've got. Be proud of it.
Yeah. Every piece of it, yeah.
So check out one of our 30 Why Wednesday people in the Always Better Than Yesterday community, and I am sure you're going to connect with some amazing people, because I'd love to see them on your Y blog too, and sharing that space with you. I wouldn't be any more proud as possible. So definitely connect. But can I just thank you massively for jumping on,
man.
Mate? Always got a big smile on my face when I listen to you talk. You know, we're coming from the same space, and I really appreciate you, brother. So thank you. Enjoy your rest of your Sunday afternoon. Is there anything else that you would like to close on? Anything else you'd like to leave the talk on? Final message?
Yeah. Wow. Well, first of all, thank you, Ryan, for creating this space and for allowing me to share my story, which it really is an honor. I'm very humbled and just excited that you're allowing and creating this space. You know, look, the final thing for me is like, and I've said it and I want to say it again because it's really important, is being, you know, being authentic and vulnerable is like our only gift we have. Is not only, but like it's a big gift we have to the world. And the biggest reason that I am so intense about this is because I struggled with it for so long and still, hit bouts of fear and shame or, guilt around it. And what I, really attest to do is just fill those spaces with gratitude for people like you, for places like this where, you're providing us with this space where I can be as authentic and vulnerable as I want. And that's okay, because this is the story I have right now. And guess what? If it changes tomorrow and I'm a hypocrite, let's keep talking. Like, I don't, whatever. So, it's part of the journey. It's part of the learning. And so I just, look, breathe authenticity, breathe vulnerability, just be you. I hope, I hope that I continue to emulate that. And I hope that others out there listening can just take that little leap. Sometimes it feels like a big one, but it's worth it.
Nice. My friend, thank you so much for your time. This, as always, will go on the Always Better Than Yesterday podcast within a few days. And
Awesome.
Hopefully we can share the message further and keep inspiring. Mate, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. And much love. Take care.
I love it. Thank you, Ryan. Love you guys. Peace.
Peace.